Here is proof that the King James Bible was a work of plagiarism. In the 1800s, a library was discovered. It was called Ashurbanipal's library, who was an Assyrian king. And this library was discovered by an archaeologist named George Smith. Excavations began in 1851 and lasted 70 years. There was so much data in this library, it took that many decades. Over 30,000 tablets written in an ancient language called cuneiform was discovered. In these tablets, they found all of the stories from the Old Testament Bible, from the creation and the fall of man, to the deluge, to the destroying of the Tower of Babel. And this proved that the King James Bible was plagiarized from these more ancient tablets that date back thousands and thousands of years before the invention of Christianity. Not only did they discover all of the stories from the Old Testament, but they also discovered the ancient Sumerian kings list, which is a genealogy record of royalty dating back 450,000 years, completely disrupting the timeline and the narrative that the corporate religious industrial complex is trying to get everyone to believe in. This discovery sheds all kinds of new light on the story of our creation. And what happens when you start studying these things is you realize that we were not just created out of nothing like the corporate religious industrial complex wants us to believe. We were actually a genetic experiment done by a highly advanced race that came to the Earth world, and they actually created us to be a slave species. And that's why you have to work all day at those 9-to-5 jobs. It's why you have a social security number, a federal tax ID number, a driver's license number, a passport number, a barcode, and a QR code that keeps track of you and monitors you. It's how your slave masters keep track of you. The same way how a farmer puts a tag in the ear of their cattle. Well, the human race is actually being farmed on this planet, and we are a slave species. And this is a tough red pill for the Christians and the Catholics and the Mormons to swallow, and it's a tough red pill for most religious people to swallow who think that they are some kind of divine creature that's special in the universe, when in reality, we're just a little speck. And there's people living on all the other planets, there's all kinds of life on all the other planets, on all the other worlds, on all the other dimensions, on all the other galaxies, and we have been enslaved by an ancient race that has very highly advanced technology, and they've used that technology against us. They've used that technology to take advantage of us. They've kept the technology hidden from us, and for the most part, only the royal bloodline, their descendants, have been granted access to this technology, along with the divine right to rule. Where do you think kings, queens, and princes come from? It all traces back to these ancient, advanced beings that came here and started doing genetic experiments hundreds of thousands of years ago.